analysis and dissection, you have come to the right place. My name is Pat Mitchell. I've been a professional day trader for the past 11 years, over 11 years now. And I'm here to bring you exactly that, professional day trading education, all here for free on YouTube and on X. And tonight we are going to be going over a couple of trades that I took. We're also going to have a little discussion about distraction. And let's get into it. So I hope you all had a wonderful day. Give me 1 sec. I am going to fire up these charts. Let's do this. Okay, folks, like I said, I hope you all had a great day. We're going to get right into it. So let me take a look here. So first thing this morning, I'm going to zoom in. Actually, before I do that, just for a little bit of context for those of you that might be joining us for the first time here, these blue levels that you see represent technical analysis, support, and resistance levels that I strike prior to the market open. This isn't marking high of day or low of day, high of day, low of day, or some sort of range. Those levels, all levels, are struck 30 minutes at a minimum prior to the market even opening. And then I develop trade plans surrounding those. Now, those trade plans, to make it very simple, is the low level is a long and the top level is a short. So depending on where we open up, depends on first direction. If we start coming down, we're going to execute the long. If we start coming up, we are going to execute the short. It's that simple. Now, there's obviously a little bit more to the strategy. It's not just the entry strategy, but there is an exit strategy, management strategy, risk strategy, sizing strategy, all combined to make my strategy. And that's where the gold comes in. But the most important part is preparation. Having a trade plan prior to the market open, so then nothing can catch you off guard. So now that we've been through all of that, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so then we can really take a look at the action and you guys can see it a little bit better. Now, the very first trade to trigger was a long, but before we got to that point, almost triggered on a short on SPY. I wanted it here. It didn't come into that. And I needed it quite a bit higher, almost right into the level here on Qs for the short. So first thing, as the market is opening, what's it doing? Well, it just has this opening range. It's not really doing much on both. So you really got to be patient. So we didn't execute until about 5-6 minutes into the market open, or after the market open, sorry. It opens, it consolidates, then it sells off, coming down into this level. Very easy peasy entry right into, as I stated earlier, the low levels along, went long into the level, and then simply paid myself as it comes up. And that's the trade. That's as easy as this can be. I've always traded this way. My YouTube channel goes back to 2017. I was trading longer than that. But that's when the YouTube channel was started. And ever since that time, I've always entered the exact same way. I've managed these trades the same way. Everything. Nothing has ever changed. Why? Because I had a winning recipe. And one of the problems that a lot of new traders have, or one of the reasons why they don't find success, is they don't give shit enough time in order to work to see if it works. Their sample size is either too small. It's generally too small rather than too big. So on this trade here, I locked in $3,775. Now let's go over to SPY. SPY was really nice as well, because what did it do? Well, it came up into the level, executed here, and then simply patient, coming up, executing, and paying myself. Very simple trade on this one. Actually, no, sorry, that was here and here were the executions, and then just simply letting it run. Very easy trade on that, and locking in $3,597 on that trade. So now I want to talk about distractions. Today's been, I've been extremely distracted. Lots going on. Sometimes things come out of nowhere that you got to deal with that just turn into a pain in the ass. Now, there's a difference between experience and not having experience, right? So I've been doing this a long time. Now, I can still trade distracted. It's not something I recommend for people to do. but I can always focus at the job that I need to focus on and get it done. Now, what did I do sizing wise? I already know I'm distracted. I'm dealing with phone calls, dealing with my wife on the messaging with her back and forth, trying to get something fixed and get a problem taken care of. And so I can still execute the trades, but I size quite a bit down. The P&L is for these trades are definitely quite a bit lower than what they excuse me, what they normally would be. So that's number one. If you're distracted, even slightly, size down. And that doesn't go for a current distraction like market opens, you're dealing with something on that very day. Maybe there's something else. Maybe there you have something pending. Maybe you have a sick family member. Maybe you have something else going on, something along those lines, but it's on your mind. Size down, guys. Distractions are a big deal. And if you're very new to trading and you're just trying to get the ground underneath your feet, don't trade on those days at all. And some people might say, yeah, but you know, I've been, you know, I have a sick, I will use that one again because it generally isn't immediate. If you have a sick family member, this can go on for quite a long period of time. Then don't trade. Sit back, watch, learn something. So then you can come in with fresh eyes and a clear head when you're ready to do so. Distractions will absolutely destroy you. And I know everybody's just in such a fucking rush to be in these trades because they think that that's how you make money. You have to be in a trade to make money, which is partially true. You have to be in a trade in order to make money. But when you're learning, that's not the case. You can sit back, you can watch, you can learn, you can retain this information, actually try to fully understand the information. This is like learning a new language. You know, I've always kind of referred to this as that, learning a new language. And what if you were dropped off in a foreign land where you know, you've never heard this language before, and you just start shouting out clicks and beeps or something like that? They're going to look at you like you're fucking crazy, and you're probably going to fail. You're probably going to piss someone off, right? Which in this case, if you're just running in and you don't know what the hell you're doing and you're just clicking buttons, it's the same thing. So what would you do in a real life situation if you were dropped off in a foreign land where you didn't understand the language? You would learn it. You would sit back, you would listen, you would see how people interact. You would look for slang that they use. You would look for a local dialect so that you can communicate with the people that you are actually around. There's certain things that you need to do in order to communicate. And this is no different. This is simply communication. But the communication is done a little bit differently. That's all this is. And it is super important to get back to the main point of this video is distractions. If you're distracted, simply don't trade. Sit back, watch, learn, and then move on. Now, once you have experience and you've been doing this over a decade, distractions are still going to be distractions, but you're able to manage them because you have management techniques and methods in order to help you cope with that, to help you understand that you can't just go in full force today. You have to settle down. You have to size down, because if you get a phone call and you have to walk away, you have to be in with size that you're comfortable with doing so, right? Or you're going to try and stay, handle the phone call, and still manage that trade. You're not going to be able to do it. You're going to blow up. Now, it's up to you. As I've said a million times before, life is full of choices. That's what life is. It's one big choice. And it's your choice to listen to this or not. Now, I would recommend that you listen to it. I've never steered anyone wrong in the 9 years that I've been 9 years that I've been running this YouTube channel and running Trick Trades. I've never steered anyone wrong. I've never given them any type of bad information that would hurt them or their account. It's always safety first and education at first. So why not listen? I'm not here to fuck with anyone. I actually want to see people succeed in life. I want to see traders succeed, because this right here, this is a pathway to a legitimately free life. Don't squander the opportunity. So I hope you guys learn something. And if you want to learn how to come do this properly and you want a real chance at it, come to tricktrades.com. And if not, you want to ignore the advice, life's about choices. It's your choice. You can always just simply watch the 1,500 free videos on my YouTube channel and try and put the puzzle pieces together. But one of those choices is wise and one simply isn't. So I hope you guys all have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow. Adios.